Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's Weather with Jonathan here. I'm back with another weather video, and in this video, it's gonna be a little bit different. So we're gonna be focusing on mainly the worst, the more significant things going on around the country. We will go over the weather forecast for the entire country, but we will do this a little quicker than last time because last time I did it for like 30 minutes, so we're going to be going over the weather a little shorter this time, I hope. So, um, we're going to be starting off with the hazards for today. You can see all these little purple spots in Oregon, Washington, California, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, New York, Vermont, and Michigan. Those are all winter weather advisories for snow, and then the pink are all winter storm warnings. So, as you can see, this is a widespread area that will get snow today and tomorrow. And actually, where I live, I am in a winter weather advisory in this area. So, yeah. So I might get a few inches of snow tonight. So then we're gonna move on to the temperatures right now. Currently, this is February 15th, 2024 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So you can see a pretty not necessarily a small area of warmth across the South. You can see basically this um, entire little area is basically um, about 55 degrees and up, maybe 50 degrees and up. And actually, we're getting about 80 degrees down there in Miami, in Florida, down where I just drew. But then, on the other hand, in places like the Northeast and like northern New York, Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, we're getting down into the 20s. And actually, in northern Minnesota, northern North Dakota, and northern Montana, we are actually getting we are getting temperatures anywhere from 20 to actually possibly -5 up in this little mountain strip in Montana. So yeah, it'll be very, very cold. That's why I put this little weather forecast up here because we do need to talk about that. Um, so yeah, this is the weather. This is the weather outlooks for the next 3 days. So as you can see, for today, uh, just not really, just scattered thunderstorms. Not really anything to worry about. No thunderstorms forecasted for tomorrow at all. And then for day 3, which is Friday, um, we are forecasted to have maybe a few thunderstorms in Arkansas, but um, that entire area we're probably just going to get a little bit of rain. So now we are going to move on to a 168-hour rain forecast. So basically the west coast is forecasted to get a lot of rain. So yeah, you will get a lot of rain here. I will show you the charts. The chart is right down here where my cursor is. But basically, if you look like places like Sacramento, almost 4 inches, San Francisco, maybe 6 inches, Nevada, 6 inches, Portland, Oregon, maybe about an inch and a half, Medford, maybe half an inch. But yeah, you will get a lot of rain. If you live in anywhere on the West Coast, I guarantee you, unless you live in Washington, especially on the northern and eastern side, you probably will get barely any rain. So, yeah, now we're going to move on to the weather for the entire country. So, tonight you can expect some snow in the mountains of Washington, Oregon, and maybe even all the way down through a little bit of the Sierras and down towards Death Valley in California. And then you can expect some rain in California's valley, all the way down to potentially Los Angeles at the peak around 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. You can expect rain then going up all the way to about Seattle. Now, the weird thing about this is it is going to be very cold tonight for places like Seattle and Portland. So some of this rain may freeze into snow, and that is why we have winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories across that area, maybe 1 to 4 inches. Now, this is what the snow accumulations are looking like from now through the 16th. So you will see them pop up on the map in just 1 second. So Seattle, maybe about an inch or 2 of snow. Portland, Oregon, maybe about 2 inches, 2.5 inches. And then anywhere west or east of that in the mountains, you could get almost a foot. And then in the Cascades, you could get up to maybe about 3 feet of snow. Sierras, like Tahoe area, you could expect almost 3 feet of snow also. And then, yeah, Mount Rainier, you guys in that area could expect up to 10 inches of snow. And then anywhere at the lowest point around Mount Rainier, you could get about an inch or 2 of snow. So now we have got to talk about multiple systems that will be tracking through the Midwest, particularly 2. And most of them will track across mainly this area and then move into the Northeast, which is another area we do have to watch. So you can see the snow popping up tonight. This has caused a lot of problems in South Dakota, Minnesota, and northern Iowa. And it will continue to cause problems as it heads into Wisconsin and Michigan. So this storm will also move into the Northeast, but we will get to that in a minute. So the amount of snow you could predict for this entire area. So I think you guys. I think you guys in northern Michigan, most of you guys, if you guys live below this line here in Michigan, you're in about either half an inch to no snow. And then if you live anywhere above this little black box in Michigan, you could expect anywhere from 3, maybe 2 inches of snow, all the way up to about 10 inches at the max in some very isolated areas in extreme northern Michigan. Then the Upper Peninsula, you guys could expect anywhere from about 2 to maybe 7 to 8 inches in some parts of the Upper Peninsula. Then you guys down near Madison, Wisconsin, this little strip of snow. In southern Wisconsin, you could expect anywhere from about an inch to maybe 7, 6, maybe 8 inches at the most in some areas in southern Wisconsin. And then the rest of you guys north of that, you could expect anywhere from an inch to maybe 4 inches at the max. Same for southern Minnesota. Iowa, maybe about an inch or 2 for almost about everyone in the state. Now, on top of what we already have, South Dakota, you guys could get in eastern South Dakota on top of what you already have. You could get about 3 inches at the most, maybe 4. I highly doubt it though. Especially in eastern South Dakota. But that system will, like I said, move to the east. But this has caused lots of problems in South Dakota. So we're going to be talking about that storm that will move into the Northeast. This will cause lots of snow near Buffalo, Albany, New York, and into northern Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and pretty much the entire state of Maine except for the northern tips. Now, Connecticut and Rhode Island, I'm not expecting any snow, sadly, for you guys. But we're gonna take a look at the total snowfall for that. And so total snowfall for that, I think you guys, you guys in northern New York, maybe about 2 to maybe almost 10 inches in some areas near Albany. Then you guys in Buffalo, maybe about an inch or two. And then in some very isolated spots, up to maybe about 3 inches. Same for you guys in Vermont and New Hampshire. About 2.5 inches, maybe 3 inches, maybe even 4 inches in some isolated spots throughout Vermont, and then exact same for you guys in New Hampshire, 2 to 3 inches across the pretty much the entire state, and then you guys in Western Maine, maybe about 2 inches, maybe 3 inches at the most in extreme southwestern Maine. But then for everyone else in Maine, you're looking at an inch or no snow at um, the least. So you guys mostly are not going to get snow in Maine. If so, you're not going to really get any. But after that system moves out of the Northeast, you will see another system come in from the West. And it's going to go across this track, I think, this time. So we're going to take a look at this go. So you can see that storm. You can see all that blue, which is snow. And this time we could expect snow for places like Delaware, Washington, D.C., Dover, Delaware, New York City, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, um, Charleston, West Virginia, and Northern and Western Virginia. So, yeah, you guys could get a decent amount of snow from this. So, from that storm in particular, um, you this is the snowfall amounts. Now, Long Island, you guys will get you guys will dodge a bullet because you guys will not get any snow. Maybe a few flurries, but I don't think it will accumulate based on the GFS model. Now, this is one model, but you guys in northern and eastern, actually for pretty much the entire state of Kentucky except for the southwestern part, you guys are looking at 2 to potentially 5 inches of snow in some isolated areas in eastern Kentucky. And then this could also drop about maybe 4 inches of snow near the St. Louis area. Now, St. Louis, I think you'll only get about 2 3 inches of snow, but you could potentially see about 4 inches of snow, maybe 20 miles to the west of St. Louis. And then we also could see a little hot spot of maybe about 4 5 6 inches of snow in extreme southern Illinois, extreme southwestern Indiana, and southeastern Missouri. And then you guys in West Virginia, this will be a very interesting snowstorm for you guys. So, most of the state, you guys will get about 2 to 3 inches. And then if you guys live in southern West Virginia, southeastern specifically, you could get anywhere from about 3 to maybe 8 inches in deep in the mountains. I wouldn't be surprised if that did happen. So then in Western Virginia, we're talking about 4 inches of snow, right near the Tennessee border, next to Virginia. Then Northern Virginia, you guys could expect about 3 to 4 inches of snow, maybe two at the least. Then the entire state of Maryland, you guys can expect about 2 3 4 inches of snow. Washington D.C. about 4 inches of snow. Same for Delaware, entire state, maybe about 2 3 inches. Now northern New Jersey, you guys could only get about maybe, let's see, about an inch of snow. Now southern New Jersey, on the other hand, maybe 4 3 2 inches of snow. Then central Pennsylvania, you guys could get an inch or two of snow, maybe in the mountains, 3 4 inches, but that is pretty much it. Then Connecticut, Rhode Island, you guys you guys could get about an inch of snow, and Rhode Island, you guys could also get about an inch of snow. Now we are just going to look at the total snow accumulations for this entire run. And also, I don't believe any of these amounts. This just suggests an idea to me of where snow activity could be greatest, and basically it is showing a lot of snow activity in the Northeast, and actually a kind of a decent amount of snow activity in Missouri near St. Louis through Illinois, southern Indiana, and pretty much the entire state of Kentucky. Not a lot of snow for Ohio, but maybe a little for the southern part. And it's suggesting a lot of snow activity in northern Ohio and the entire state of Michigan, pretty much. And then it also is suggesting kind of a lot of snow activity in the Midwest, maybe even southwestern South Dakota and northwestern Nebraska. And then it is also suggesting a lot of snow potential in the mountains of the west. Now, of course, the snow accumulations are starting to go down because we're starting to get into spring. This is through March 1st. But yeah, so that is pretty much it for this video, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Consider sharing this video with your family and friends. I just really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was kind of fun for you guys to listen to. Please consider subscribing and liking this video. It would really help me out. I'm trying to get to 100 subs here before March 20th. Do you guys think we can do it? I will drop a poll in the community section very soon, actually tonight, if you guys want me to. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see